Hi, welcome to the Stockinit Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as Janitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is a very special mini-sode that we are recording.
So the topic today is sweaters.
Sweaters. And we are going to talk about, I don't know if you've ever played the game, but it's Kiss, Kill, Marry. There's also
other names
for it, but we'll go with that. And we're going to talk about the sweater that we would love to marry, which is kind of the one that we could knit for infinity, or as long as we both shall live. And implicit in that is that we enjoy wearing it. Mm-hmm. There is the one that we would like to kiss, or the one that we're lusting after, which is something that we may not have knit yet or kissed yet, but we would like to. And the one that we would kill would be the one that we probably would never wear again, possibly considering frogging the finished object.
Okay.
So Mini-sode.
Yes.
Minnesota. Mini-sodes in Minnesota.
Mini-sode. Mini. So what are we going to start with?
Want to start out positive?
Yes, we'll start out positive.
The Marry.
The sweater that I would like to marry, I chose the Tin Can Knits. I actually don't remember the name of this.
Windswept.
The thing that I love about this is I really like a good V. I love the color. This is a Three Irish Girls, and it's driftwood, I believe. I can't quite remember, but it is worn really nicely. It is in their Springdale DK, yeah. And then
Springvale,
that's right. See, we're all sorts of wrong. And I wanted to marry this sweater.
You have time to know it better.
Okay. But no, every time I wear it, I really enjoy it. I think that it fits me great. Again, like I said, I really like the V. I liked the shaping, and I remember knitting it. There's something interesting to do all the way through because the lace comes through all the way, so even when you feel like you're in the Stockinit Zombie, there's a little bit interesting on the front. I usually wear it with a nice tank top
and contrast color?
Yeah, in a contrast color usually. And actually sometimes I wear it with the darker brown, so it's still contrast, but it's within the same family.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was my Marry. It took me a while to decide because I did have quite a few that I thought I would knit again. But I think that I'll talk about why that is when I mention my lust or kiss.
Okay. I picked out my Crosby, which is a very cable-licious pattern. I knit it out of the Yarn vs. Zombies. It's a very Australian base. I believe it was, I can't remember the base. I think that this pattern does really well with this tonal colorway, kind of the white, blue, sky. I'm a big fan, so you liked your V. I'm a big fan of Henleys. I like that I can button them up. I like that it draws a line right here because for me, I don't have a strong bust line. And so a Henley creates that bust line for me. I love the split hem. And yeah, it's just cable-licious. And I can throw it, I love that I throw it on over the top of just about anything. It's a really nice utility piece that just, if I'm cold, I've worn it over the top of leggings. And this base did a really good job of popping the cables. So if you had a little bit, I feel like it's nice and springy. And if you had something that was a little more variegated or a little less springy, it wouldn't necessarily pop. But I really enjoyed knitting this. And I enjoy the details of the sleeves being reverse stockinette, although I believe I knit them inside out so that I didn't have to do that. And yeah, I could knit a lot of these because they would maintain my interest, and I would continue to wear them in multiple colors. I thought briefly about the Hito Fude, but I don't. I think I kind of married the Hito Fude for a year, and I I'm not going to be knitting another one of those currently for a while, so got it. Yeah, we didn't get divorced. It was just a really nice engagement where we decided to part ways.
Okay.
Perhaps we were too intense, right?
Right.
Like we dove in head over feet, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had a lot of my spring summer tops that I really liked, that I was thinking, like, oh, if something were to ever to happen to this, I would knit it again in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't knit multiples, but like if something happened to that dear garment, I would re-knit that immediately so that I could have it again. But this was definitely like, oh, something I pull out of the closet a lot. I really like the way it looks. It feels like a sweater I would have bought, but still I knit it. Some of the sweaters I've knit, they don't feel like something I would have purchased necessarily off the shelf.
Yeah, no, and they should, because you're picking the color and you're making the size modifications, right?
Right.
So that it should suit you, like something that you randomly found on the thing. No, this is a custom to you.
Right. But I mean, there's certain things that I like color work, where I look at it in the store or whatever, and it's just not something I would necessarily buy. But if I knit it, I love it, right? It's just, this is both.
Yep.
So,
and I've heard people compliment you while you were wearing that, and I think I've complimented you multiple times while you're wearing it. It's a very attractive sweater on you.
I do like it. And then my kiss right now, so this is the kiss feels like it's more fluid, right? It's what in the moment, what you would really desire. And right now my kiss is all about, Granito by Hohila Catelli. So the reason I picked the Granito is it reminds me of the Boxy, which I have knit. Very loose and flowing and not very shapely on the body. And I do like the way the Boxy looks on just everybody who's knit it. It just looked really good. I don't necessarily care for the crop ones, but I understand the crop ones because it's a lot of knitting.
Yeah.
And if you like that style, I would stop early too. But it's not my style, so I like the longer ones. And then, but the Granito added pockets on the side. So you put yourself, nice big pockets that are kind of built into the side panel. You could stick your phone in there, and I don't know.
As stylish and as fabulous as leggings are, they do not have pockets.
Exactly, right?
So if you were going to wear that over the top of leggings, it would be nice to have something that had pockets.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I guess the other thing that I kiss about it is that it's a very plain canvas on which to put any number of beautifulness. Like I could see it with a highly variegated, I could see it with like tonal. Right now I have some Three Irish Girls theme in a sport weight that is in the colorway of my name. It's Amy, but not for me. They just happened to have a colorway that was my name
and that she loved.
That I loved. And so my brain wants to put those two things together in a nice kiss right now.
Awesome. Mine, see, we picked these not together. My kiss is also by Hohila Catelli, and it is the Rhapsody in Cables.
Okay.
That looks like something that would be completely engaging.
More cables.
Yeah. Apparently that's, I want to marry the cables. I want to lust after the cables. And it's a unique construction. So it's, the cables go across. It's a fingering weight sweater. The one that I want to marry is not a fingering weight sweater, but most of the sweaters that I absolutely love are my fingering weight garments. If you can plow through them, I love the way they wear. I love the way that you can wear them multi-season. The Crosby I would probably only wear, although you could probably convert it to a fingering weight lighter sweater. But yeah, Rhapsody in Cables, super pretty cables across the top. It's stunning.
Cool.
Stunning. So I've not picked out yarn for that, as Amy has. Apparently her lust is like she's already thinking about what she's going to do with it.
Right. And I have a lot, again, there's a lot going on there, but like that was also kind of, like I said, the shape of it and everything to drape. So my kill,
which, let's put the caveat out there that these are our opinions.
Yeah.
You could absolutely hate what I just showed. You could absolutely love what we're saying that we would kill. It is our opinions. It is not a reflection of anything other than our personal
style preference or whatever it is.
Yep.
Because, you know, and again, I have knit several of these types of sweaters because I'm going with a kill this type of sweater instead of singling out. But the sweaters that only come to this part of your bust and don't close. Like if I want an open cardigan, I want it to be something that I could put buttons or a shawl pin on and have it close if I needed to. I've decided that anything that just kind of sits over here on the side of your bust is just something that annoys the crap out of me.
Yep.
I want to close it.
Yep.
Like, even if I know it doesn't close, I play with it and then I go, I can't close it. And it just drives me nuts.
Yep.
So I will no longer knit something that is whatever they call open cardigan.
Yeah. So like the abalone. I'm trying to think of other ones that like the mama vertebrae or similar. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would even go as far as to, like, if I really thought I liked the shape of one and it only had that, I would think about how to make it bigger in the front so that it closed. And this is, again, it's a kill because I knit them, I wore them, and I realized they were not for me. And so that is my kill.
I have a similar closing problem. But my kill is this beautiful Effortless. It had multiple things going on, but ultimately I think it's a little too big, as you pointed out, Amy. I ran out of yarn, so it's a 3/4 sleeve, which I don't mind, except that it's got so much volume elsewhere, right? Like I wish I could take this extended collar and have made the sleeves longer. It is also, it's knit so that you cast on from the very beginning these two huge fronts. So there's no way to adjust to make it such that, or maybe you cast on. I think you do, yeah, you cast on. I'm sorry, it's not immediately, or you cast on as you go. But I don't know what to do with it. Like, you know, I can put a shawl pin here, but then it's very, I struggle with how to keep this closed up. And then if it's hanging, it's just way too big and droopy and pulls down. I absolutely love the yarn, the colorway. This is Madeline Tosh DK Ruddy, something Ruddy. So I've thought about frogging it
Get the yarn back.
to get the yarn back. But I also frogged my vitamin D, which is a very similar blousey, you know, you can shawl pin it together, but then it's kind of got these lines that don't quite, you know, especially with this one, I end up like having to like tuck it clear, and it almost becomes like kimono. And I just don't know how to style it. I don't know how to wear it. It's not, you know, I've seen beautiful Effortlesses out there with other people wearing them and have kind of gone like, where did I go awry? I think I did end up putting less stitches on the front than was called for, and I don't know, maybe the back is just too big for me. But now that I've pulled it out from the bottom of my, it was pretty easy for me to find my kill because I just went to where I stack my sweaters up in my closet and I go, oh my gosh, I don't even remember the last time I wore this. And when I did wear it, I think I put it back on the bottom because I didn't know how to style it. Oh, you're gonna try that.
Well, you said it was, or we thought it was big, but not in the arms.
No, I was running out of yarn at that point.
So maybe that's another reason. Start with enough yarn.
Yeah. Well, it was back when I was new to sweaters.
Yeah. So I would want to do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I could see.
Yep.
But, you know, and it's funny, I have a lot of jackets that are structured jackets that are basically this. Like with, you know, a drapey piece in the front and they flow, and I really like them. And I don't feel a desire to close those all the time. I don't know what it is about my knits.
And it might just be also that on me, because I have a really long torso, it's kind of like a really long in the front when those are hanging and short in the back.
Yeah.
And I don't particularly. I find myself trying to, so it's like wearing a rucksack or something, right? Like I'm constantly trying to make the front look nice, and then the back creeps up and I have to pull it down, and it's just, it was one of maybe the, you know, first sweaters that I knit that I wasn't aware that I didn't like that style. Obviously I then went along and knit a vitamin D that was a very similar, and again, you can close those up, I don't know. And the Hito Fude is kind of like that, right? It hangs to the side, but something about that, maybe it's because it has a vertical line on the Hito Fude with the ribbing piece, and it's more shrug-like. I don't know, but
I think you're right. It's the shrug, because I do have that dotted raise, and I would not kill that. And it doesn't close in the front, does it? It has to be the shrug piece, or the fact that it's loose and I want to wrap it around my body. Like it, you know, anything that's all, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I don't mind the Hito Fude. It's a mystery, because I was all convinced, but then it was like, oh, I do have one of those, and I do like it. But it does this, you know, it cuts
the laws of
line.
Attraction are very, I mean, like why you end up with the person that you marry, or why you find somebody attractive is very, you know, whatever. It's love. I don't particularly love that one, so it might end up getting frogged, unless I could find a good home for it at ZK, like your abalone did.
Yes.
But that is Kiss Kill Marry, or right. I guess in the order that we did it, Marry Kiss Kill.
Marry Kiss Kill. Sweater edition.
Yeah, and so with each of these mini-sodes, we'll have a thread out in the Stockinette Zombies Ravelry, and you should go out and talk about what you would kiss, kill, marry, or if you disagree with us on what, you know, like, I absolutely love my effortless, or oh, that Crosby looks
defend that.
Yeah, or the Crosby looks too fussy. Why would you marry that? Your opinion and what you do is very interesting to me, and so go out and contribute in the forums, become a board member.
Yes.
And let us know.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right. Bye.
Bye, Ufta.